communication to the community in some way, then I'll often include interviews with community members or stakeholders around the topic, and I include those in my courses as well. And I also use videos of simulated activities. For example, in some courses that we do with the medical and health sciences students, we're teaching them around teamwork and how to work effectively in teams, which is a new push in the healthcare field. So we've actually introduced courses on effective collaboration and managing conflict. So in those courses we use videos quite extensively, where we actually have a video of a dysfunctional team, healthcare team, and we show good examples and bad examples to the students, and they have to basically view the video and identify what's good and bad about behaviors that they see in the videos. That's a very effective way to show them about good and bad ways to work as part of the team. And we also use those quite extensively for teaching about conflict resolution and management. So we show examples of conflict that's occurred between a healthcare team, and they view the video and then have to think about or write about or discuss, you know, what they could have done to prevent the conflict or to manage the conflict. So those were some areas that I thought might be applicable to business. We also use video recordings of simulated cases or portrayals of simulated events or situations. So we might have actors, which we call simulated patients, and we may have an actor portray an event, or we may have an actor portraying a physician or a nurse, and they're doing an interview with a patient, and there may be something that occurs during the interview that we're trying to teach the students about, how to handle the breaking bad news or something. So we use video extensively to try to teach those type of skills, and we often will use actors in those videos to teach the students about those types of skills and behaviors. For my own teaching, I use videos in on-campus courses and distance courses. If I have a panel discussion, oftentimes if I'm teaching about teamwork again, and we'll bring in a team from a healthcare setting or environment, an actual team, and we'll have them talk about their roles and how they work collaboratively in order to teach the students about how to work as a team. And so I'll record the panel discussion, and then I'll archive that and make it available to students who weren't able to come to class, or we'll make it available through our website for the students who are doing the course. And it's something that we can use again then in the future if we want to provide it as a resource for students to learn about the topic. I use video as well when we're teaching about communication skills or presentation skills. If we're teaching the med students or the nursing students or the residents about giving effective presentations, effective communication, in the courses we'll actually record them giving a presentation or communicating with a peer, and then we'll play it back and give them feedback on that. They can see themselves, and then we give them feedback on the video recording as well. So that's just an example of using video in the classroom for taping a skill and then providing feedback. Social media. So Lyle spoke about YouTube, and I use YouTube extensively in my distance courses, as I'm sure many of you do. And I find it useful if I'm teaching on a topic or a theory or a concept. I like to try and find a good 3 to 5 minute YouTube clip which summarizes that concept. And I use that in my distance courses as well. I'll provide a link to the YouTube clip, and the students can go and view the YouTube video as a way of just summarizing and synthesizing the concept or the theory that they're learning about in the topic. And there's lots of good, 3 to 5 minute clips that you can get on YouTube. Obviously, you have to vet it yourself to make sure that the content is appropriate. But there's lots of good resources on YouTube, and I use YouTube videos a lot in my distance courses. And there's also commercial videos that I use in my classroom teaching. So if I want to teach about a particular skill or a concept, some of the courses I teach are for the residents and the clinicians. I teach about bedside teaching, so similar to this, how to teach in the clinical setting, and I'll use off-the-shelf videos so you can access those through your own discipline or professional associations. And I also have found in the past the National Film Board videos are useful as well for trying, if you're highlighting a historical, social, or global issue. The National Film Board has a good inventory and library of videos. A lot of Canadiana content, obviously, but there's a good library there of videos. And then the QE2 has a library of videos, but I'm not familiar with working or accessing their videos, but I do know that they have a library of video resources over there, and through DELTS as well. You guys have.
We have all of our historical videos are actually in the Learning Object Repository store, and any objects that are in there on the public side, they're freely available for anybody to use, and they have the Creative Commons markings on them. So there's you just have to go to store.mun.ca and start searching.
So I guess in terms of lessons learned, you know, I found using videos very helpful in teaching, whether it's distance or my on-campus courses or on-campus teaching. And what I found most useful for me is it helps to, I mean, you know, you can provide the students with the reading or give a lecture and then use the video to help them kind of process the concepts and the theory in a practical and concrete way. Whether that's through a video of an interview with an expert or specialist or a community member, or if you want to videotape, you know, a simulation of something occurring or happening, an event, or use, you know, a video like a National Film Board video or another video from your professional or disciplinary to highlight the concept or the theory in a practical way. And now with the current generation of students, all the current generation of students are all social media tech savvy, so you know, they almost expect to see YouTube or social media and lots of video in courses and in teaching. So that's another thing that I've found that's important to be mindful of, is that the current generation of students are all familiar with technology and social media. So you almost have to adjust your teaching so that you're using the technology and the media so that it's suiting and addressing, you know, their learning styles, because that's what they're used to.
Tom, do you have a question?
Vernon, thank you very much. That was really interesting. Do you assess their knowledge that they gain from the video, or do you use it to emphasize particular points that you assess later on anyway? So is it more complementary, or would you, like for example, there's lots of things I could use, like movies and videos and everything, but I really have no idea how they would assess it other than did you watch it or did you not watch it?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just curious how you...
I think it's both. I mean, for distance courses, it's like a complementary or supplementary resource.
Right.
So this is to help complement the course notes or the online tutorial that was there. And then in another way, I use it for assessing and self-assessment. So like if I'm recording the students giving a presentation or practicing their interviewing skills, and I'll show the video back to them, and then I'll also give them an assessment, and they also get an opportunity to assess themselves by viewing the video through playback, right? And so I give them feedback that way, and they're also sometimes assessed while we're giving them feedback and letting them watch the video themselves.
And we've had faculty embed videos into online quizzes or into like self-check exercises and in discussion forums as well, where they want faculty students to reflect on something that they might have saw on a little video clip. Right?
I mean, I've used movies before,
yeah.
but as discussion tools,
yeah.
Jane actually helped me 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. But you know, how I assess that is problematic, right? But I mean, they learn something because they're talking about it and they know about it, but you know, it's not. I don't want to be like Roger Ebert and SSO saying, "What 10 things did you learn about this movie?" Right? You know, because that's not the point. It's a supplementary, like unless I'm doing that, and then definitely then you could see more as an assessment.
One of the things that sort of ties into a bit what you said, but what Vern's saying is with YouTube. You can create your own YouTube channel. So I have YouTube channels for each one of my courses. And what I've done is with the YouTube channel that we're creating for the digital assets to sort of provide for faculty, I have done recordings as I've created that YouTube channel, which are basically going to be the recordings that will show you how to create your own YouTube channel. The advantage of it is it's free to be able to do, and you don't need to create any of the video content. If you've ever tried to show videos in your class, Well, that requires bandwidth.